Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. And we've got a decent slate of news items popping up on the radar involving, first and foremost, good old Conor Benn, who is, well, I would say he's out of boxing for now, that's for sure. The UK anti-doping agency, that's UKAD, has formally charged Conor Benn over his failed drug tests and provisionally suspended him from fighting. I'm pretty sure does not bode well for Eddie Hearn over at Matchroom. But anyway, Benn, 26, twice tested positive for banned substance ahead of last October's proposed catchweight bout against Chris Eubank Jr. After UKAD's statement on Thursday, Benn, who relinquished his British boxing license after testing positive, tweeted, "Another day, another attempt to create a headline with my name. I'm involved in a confidential procedure, and I've respected confidentiality obligations. Yet each day brings a new leak and a misrepresentation of what actually is happening. There's no news. Being charged, quote unquote, is a start of a process by which an athlete has to defend themselves. I have not been sanctioned by anyone, and I'm not banned from boxing. I remain free to fight in events that are not sanctioned by the BBBOC. I don't even have a BBBOC license." UKAD's statement read, United Kingdom's anti-doping confirms that Mr. Benn was notified and provisionally suspended by UKAD on 15th of March 2023 in accordance with the UK anti-doping rules. Whilst provisionally suspended, Mr. Benn is prohibited from participating in any capacity or assisting another athlete in any capacity in a competition, event, or activity that is organized, convened, authorized, or recognized by the BBBOC or any other World Anti-Doping Code compliant sport. UKAD can also confirm that on 3rd of April 2023, it charged Mr. Benn with an Article 22 violation, or is that 2.2? Might be an Article 2.2 violation for the alleged use of a prohibited substance, clomiphene. The charge against Mr. Benn is pending and will now follow the results and management process in accordance with the UK anti-doping rules. UKAD does not usually publicly disclose suspensions or charges, but deemed Benn's situation as an exceptional circumstance. The BBBOC can request that other governing bodies prohibit the undefeated Londoner from fighting abroad. The BBBOC statement read, the BBBOC relies on UKAD to ensure that professional boxers comply with UKAD rules as incorporated into the BBBOC rules and regulations and awaits the outcome of the UKAD process in due course. Both UKAD and BBBOC say they will make no further comment at this stage. Which brings us over to another situation, rather kind of similar. It's reported by Dan Ambrose over on boxnews24.com. He said WBA light welterweight champion Alberto Puello has reportedly tested positive for performance-enhancing substances, resulting in his scheduled May 13th fight. It's a title defense against number 6 Rolando Romero being canceled. Puello is expected to be stripped of his WBA belt. The World Boxing Association will make a determination on Puello's case once they have all the information. According to Mike Coppinger, Raleigh, 14-1, 12 knockouts, will now face 40-year-old Ismael Barroso, possibly for the vacant WBA 140-pound title on May 13th, in the main event on Showtime, by the way. If Puello is stripped, Raleigh and Barroso will battle for it. Puello's positive tests give the Mayweather-promoted Rolly Romero a golden opportunity to capture a world title he otherwise would never have won. It's unclear why number 6 Rolly would be getting the chance to fight for the WBA belt, because it would make more sense for number 1 Barroso to fight one of these higher-ranked contenders, says the author. O'Hara Davies, Batir Akhmedov, Jose Ramirez, or Gary Russell. It's got to have those WBA-ranked contenders furious at seeing Rolly Romero get a chance to fight for a world title over them. Rolly is backing into the title fight because he's coming off a 6th-round knockout loss to WBA regular lightweight champ Gervonta Tank Davis last May, and he hasn't fought since. Some boxing fans have openly complained about Rolly getting a shot at a world title after losing to Tank 11 months ago. Still, he's got a good situation with being promoted by Mayweather. Alberto Puello's A sample revealed an adverse finding for the performance-enhancing drug clomiphene and its M1 and M2 metabolites, according to a voluntary anti-doping association letter, said Mike Coppinger of ESPN. Puello was scheduled to defend his WBA junior lightweight title against Rolly Romero on May 13th, and that fight is now canceled. Romero is to remain in the PBC on Showtime headline slot on May 13th and could fight Ishmael Barrasso for the vacant title if Puello is indeed stripped. Puello didn't have his WBA title for long as he captured the vacant belt last August with a 12-round split decision over Batir Akhmedov. If Puello had held it a bit longer, he would likely easily beaten Raleigh and sent what's left of his career down the drain. Wow. Alrighty, let's move along after that scathing remark. Vince DeRuyter rates for the past couple of years, boxing fans have been thirsting for a mega fight, and they'll finally receive one on April 22nd. That's this upcoming weekend when Gervonta Tank Davis faces Ryan Garcia at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Davis is favored to win. By the way, Ryan Garcia is the underdog on this one. Garcia is 23-0, 19 knockouts. And he was actually willing to make multiple concessions during negotiations for this fight, both of them with a big zero and a big zero on the line. And as a result, the fight was signed because of those concessions. Garcia is focused on earning validation from the boxing community now, and he believes the victory over Tank will serve as his official certification. Tank, for his part, 28-0, by the way, 26 knockouts, is a man who built his brand from the ground up. He has elite punching power, as we all know, and he's used it to post many highlight reels knockouts. Tank is a boxer who has a loyal fan base, and he's headlined cards in front of sold-out arenas in Baltimore, Maryland, Brooklyn, New York, Washington, D.C., and Atlanta, Georgia. Gervonta Davis has used his boxing skill set to construct a successful career, which has given him access to fame and fortune. Davis doesn't need Garcia to make money because he's already shown he's featured attraction on his own. As courtesy of BoxingNews24.com, by the way. So we all look forward to that fight. Personally, I like Ryan Garcia's height, his reach, and his speed. But as we all know, Tank, that's his nickname, Tank. And it's his nickname for a reason. So it's going to be a great fight. We're all looking forward to it. And good luck to both of those guys. Alrighty. Another main event, albeit in Quebec, that was scheduled featuring Kim Clavel, who was going to take on Naomi Reyes. Kim Clavel is 16-0-1, by the way, out of Quebec. And Reyes is from Los Angeles. Now they're going to fight on Friday, May 12th. And GYM President Yvon Michel explained the participation in the playoffs of the Laval Rocket, which is a hockey team, at the Place LaBelle, made it difficult to keep the scheduled fight. Originally, it was April 28th. This is the reason why we've postponed this important boxing card for 15 days to Friday, May 12th, which is available and without possibility of conflict. Fans will be happy to know that tickets purchased for that April 28th fight will be honored on May 12th. This will be the first fight for Clavel, who's 32 years of age, since her clash on January 13th against WBA champ Jessica Plata, who's 29-2-0, by the way, which the Quebecer lost by decision and in turn was unseated of her WBC world title. Clavel is currently ranked number 1 in WBC, number 2 in the IBF, and number 1 under the WBO. And she had won her WBC crown on July 29th in 2022 in Montreal by beating defending champ Yesenia Gomez, who's 19-5-3, by the way. Alrighty, let's look on to some other results here. Oh, yes. Luis Calazo announces his retirement after a 6-round knockout loss to Angel Ruiz. Luis Calazo called it a career 1 month shy of his 23 years as a pro. And 3 days before his 42nd birthday, along the way, he won a world title and faced off against Keith Thurman, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley, and Amir Khan. But it was 25-year-old Angel Ruiz dropped him 3 times, knocking out early in the 6th round. And after the fight, he announced his retirement from boxing after he was shaken up by that jab in the first, knocked down twice in the third, and finally stopped by right hand to the belly shortly after the start of the 6th. He certainly still has power and gave us a fantastic second round, but Ruiz is 18-1, by the way, 13 knockouts, showed no fear in the last 3 rounds, attacking at his pleasure and taking little damage in return. Let's see if we, a bunch of photos, good stuff. And last bit of news out of Japan. unbeaten prospect Keisuke Matsumoto, 8-0, 7 knockouts, by the way. Very impressively gained the vacant Japanese featherweight belt by scoring a near shutout decision over IBF number 8, Ryo Sagawa. 12-3, 7 knockouts, by the way. Over 10 Tom and Jerry rounds. And that was held in Tokyo, Japan. Matsumoto followed his father, ex-national 126-pound ruler, Koji's footsteps by winning the same belt. Koji, 26-61, by the way, his trainer, unfortunately failed to win the world belt 3 times, losing to Young Kyung Park in 1992, Young Soo Choi in 1997, and Freddie Norwood in 1998. The shaven-skulled son, 23 years old, controlled the fight with his superior speed and skills from the outset, making best use of his fast footwork. He made a beautiful display of hit-and-run tactics all night. Though having finished all 7 victims by knockouts, was expected to swarm over Sagawa and dispatch the 29-year-old ex-champ early. Instead, Matsumoto fully utilized faster jabs, counters, and footwork to hit without getting hit. In Japan, it's called oyakoko. And that one fulfills his dad's unsuccessful dream coming true. Therefore, he may pursue oyakoko, filial piety. All right, there you go, sports fans around the world. Thank you for joining me here on Talk and Fight. Appreciate it very much. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you later on at 4 p.m. when I join Mike Orr and Cedric Benn for their show, Knuckle Up.